Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about your role and where you work?
I am the director, founder of Rise with Sarah Cincotta, otherwise known as the BDM mentor. So I have the absolute honour and privilege of mentoring business development managers across Australia, New Zealand, and Tasmania.
Perfect. How did you get started with that? When did you start with that?
Well, a bit of a backstory, a quick story, but I've been in real estate for over a decade. Started in property management, and then I worked my way up into business development. And then I really was getting some great results, great traction for the businesses I worked for. So I was unofficially mentoring business development managers. And so I thought, okay, there's a need for it. So I then went out on my own. I think it's been 15 months now into the mentor space.
Amazing. And are you just loving it, or what's like your biggest struggle about it?
I absolutely love it. I think being an entrepreneur comes with its challenges and struggles, I'm not going to lie. But I was actually doing a reflection yesterday and how much of contribution and impact and the achievements I've had together with business development managers and business owners. And I think that's the most fulfilling part about what I do, is actually working with some magnificent people in the industry that really helps them shine and they feel fulfilled within their roles and their careers.
Yeah, great. Sarah, can you describe the moment or the inspiration behind founding Rise? And was there a gap in the industry that you thought needed to be filled?
For sure. And I think there still is a gap, but I'm trying my best that I can. I think there wasn't just one pivotal moment. I think every business that I had worked in, although I loved being a BDM and I loved the businesses that I worked for, there was still that lack of support or motivation from leaders because some of them hadn't actually done the business development management role before. So I think where I saw the gap was that very much I was on the tools. I understood the challenges that business development managers face every single day. And then I was just like, okay, that's my purpose. I want to really help upskill, up-level business development managers so that they have a really fulfilling career like I did. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Perfect. Sarah, what initially drew you to a career in business development management?
I absolutely loved being a property manager. And as property management, we deal with the investors and the renters, but I found I really loved the organic growth side and specializing in assisting investors with their goals for their largest assets. So what drew me then into business development was I actually was seeking an opportunity, and really grateful at the time. My director, when I was working at Ray White, when I interviewed, he's like, we would love to have you as a property manager, but I think that you've got what it takes to be a business development manager. And I was like, okay. And I did have a bit of encouragement from some friends and family, and that's actually what drove me into business development. So it was great that someone else had really saw the potential in myself to really thrive as a BDM. So that's a bit of a backstory into that.
Yeah, nice. Are you still good friends with them now?
I am, yeah. Peter Messiah, if you're watching, this is for you. Yeah, so hats off to him because, obviously he took that leap of faith in me, and that has led me to where I am today.
Sarah, could you share a success story of a BDM who's gone through your program?
I think a majority of people will want me to say that, they just doubled their listings or they've been getting all of these extra leads. Yes, when I work with people, that's ultimately what I help them do, is increase their revenue, help them be an attraction agent. But a lot of the success has actually been through the inspiration that they have found reconnecting with themselves, being unstuck, really looking at the role as a career and not just as a business development manager, and also embodying the entrepreneurial mindset when it comes to being a BDM. So I'm very much like a BDM is a business within a business, and that's what I help instill in business development managers that I work with.
Yeah, so a lot more the shift of focus from job to career,
for sure,
and from just the part that you play in a business to you are your own business sort of thing.
Yeah, mindset is everything when it comes to everyday life.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people haven't been exposed to having a coach or a mentor before. Limiting beliefs is something that I guess we all have, and we can fall into imposter syndrome, and it's really helping individuals be aware of these things and helping guide through that so that they are showing up as themselves and they're feeling good about themselves to really give the best they can to their businesses and the people that they work with every day.
Yeah, I mean, I feel inspired already. Sarah, what are some of the biggest challenges that you see BDMs facing today, and how does your program address these challenges?
Yeah, look, some of the challenges I see BDMs facing at the moment is undervalued, stuck, unclear of their direction. They are not sure how to reach their goals or track their KPIs. Not being able to articulate how they should be presenting themselves at appraisals, or even when it comes to dialogues or connections with potential investors. So the program is designed to take people on a bit of a journey. So I definitely focus on the personal and professional development, and I think that's quite niche for my training. So I help them get unstuck. I help them, yes, give them scripts and dialogues, but essentially our scripts and dialogues are already in our mind. So it's just really getting them to feel confident in themselves to be able to have great conversations with people, really have strong partnerships and connections and networks so that they are happy in themselves to actually fulfill the business development management role.
Yeah, right. So really start to finish.
Everything's in there. Actually, one of my clients said, I'm like a chat GPT for business development managers.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that.
Sarah, how have you seen the role of BDM evolve over the years, and where do you see next heading in the future?
I am already seeing the changes, which I love, and that is business owners or directors having their business development managers like buy into the businesses. So essentially coming as a partner, also perhaps having shares or equity within the businesses with the managements they bring on. I think I like this model because it fosters really that collaboration aspect. And going back to, one of the tips that I said is looking at the business within a business. So if you've got someone on board who's like innovative and bringing on partnerships and new clients, then I think it's fair to say that, well, they're in for the long haul, right? So encouraging that aspect of it. So I'm really loving that that's already happening. I think it's evolved because now business development managers aren't just closing deals, right? So they're more the ones that are out there representing the businesses, really forming relationships before investors even purchase an investment property, which is also known as investor support services. So I'm seeing more of that happen now because BDMs, if they're watching, they'll know that lots of investors have made a mistake when purchasing an investment property. And this is coming in from another angle, like they're not buyer advisors, but they're on the ground seeing, okay, what renters are looking for, what the rental yields are on properties and capital growth. So that's where I'm seeing a shift, and I'm really excited to see it evolve.
Yeah. And I'm sure all of your program will address where you think it's hitting.
Absolutely. It's already happening.
Yeah.
And it's just implementation, and BDM's like, oh, we can do that. I'm like, yeah, and you can charge for these services as well, and it's so needed within our industry.
Yeah, so it's like it's a premium service, so they should be getting paid the premium fee.
Sure.
Can't be asking for a premium fee if you're not giving a premium service to the other end.
That's right. And investors want value, and the BDMs can then, not sales agents and not property managers. I think it's just really focusing in on how they're helping investors and in turn really driving that growth for the businesses and the revenue.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.